Morning students, Sairam, this is Megha Miss here, and today we will continue with our lesson number 2, that is periodic classification of the elements. So I hope whatever we have studied till now you are revising it. Okay, last presentations we have studied about the modern periodic table, we studied the modern periodic law, yes, how the 118 elements are properly arranged in that modern periodic table. Okay, so today starting we are going to do, that is the periodic trends in the modern periodic table. Now what are these periodic trends and what does it mean? When the properties of the elements in a period or a group of the modern periodic table are compared. Okay, so whatever the elements are arranged in a period or in a group, when we are studying them, certain regularity is observed. Means what? Certain properties you can see that for the some elements they are repeating. Okay, so regularity is there. Okay, is observed in their variations. Whatever variation is there, some regularity you will see. So it is called as a periodic trends in modern periodic table. Okay students, here we are going to study only three periodic trends, and starting with we are going to study, that is the valency. Okay, now what is valency? This concept you have already studied in your previous standard. Yes, the valency of an element is determined by the number of electrons present in the outermost shell of its atom, that is the valence electrons. So for example, simple one, if you take the first one, that is hydrogen, it has got only one electron in its outermost shell, and if it want to become stable, what it has to do, it has to accept one electron, then it will have two electrons, duplet will get complete, right? So can I say valency of hydrogen is 1 because it has got one valence electron in the outermost shell. Okay students, did you understand? I hope you know this concept of valency. Yes, now how this valency is seen between a period or a group, that we are going to see. Okay, now here if you will see, you have got period 2 and period 3, right? You can see this. These are the elements which I have arranged here. Elements and their valency I have written. Okay, now starting with period 2, you have lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Yes, these are all the elements of period 2. You will see the valency is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes. So can you see something till valency is increasing till 4. Again it is decreasing and it is finally becoming to 0. Neon, noble gas. Okay. Then period 3 also, if you see, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Okay, again you will see how is the valency, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, so here for the periods 2 and 3, on going from left to right, if you see, the valency increases 1 to 4, then starts decreasing up to 0. So from left to right, if you see, first it is increasing till 4, then it is decreasing, and at the end it becomes 0. I hope students this you understood. Okay, now all the elements in a group have the same number of electrons in the outermost shell. Therefore, down the group valency remains the same. Okay, again if you see hydrogen, helium, lithium, yes, like this it is, but hydrogen and helium, they are in the same period, but hydrogen and lithium, they are in the same group. Yes, hydrogen valency 1, lithium valency 1. Okay, so if you see down the group, valence electrons in the outermost shell are same, therefore valency remains same. Valency of group 1 elements is 1, that of group 2 elements is 2. Okay students, now next we are going to see, that is the atomic size. Now the atomic size, what is exactly this? It depends upon the radius, okay, of whom? Size of the atom is indicated by the radius. Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus of an atom and its outermost shell. Okay students, so what is atomic radius? Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell. Okay, atomic radius What is the unit? We express it in picometer, that is pm, which is smaller than nanometer. 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. Okay students, now we will see about this atomic size, how it is changing in the periodic table along a group and along a period. Okay, now atomic radius goes on decreasing. You will see that radius goes on decreasing while going from left to right within a period. Okay, when you go from left to right within a period, radius is decreasing. Now what is the reason behind this? While going from left to right within a period, atomic number increases one by one. Yes, atomic number is increasing one by one, meaning positive charge on the nucleus increases by 1 unit at a time. Yes, now see, hydrogen 1, helium 2. Yes, like this, what is happening in a period? 1 electron is increasing. So hydrogen has 1 atomic number, but when you see for the helium, it is 2 atomic number, right? So 1 electron is added up in the helium. Yes, so what is happening? Nuclear charge is increasing by 1 unit at a time. Okay, so nuclear charge in helium has increased by 1 unit. So what is happening? The size has been going on decreasing. Yes, so however, the additional electron gets added to the same outermost shell. Hydrogen also 1 shell, helium also 1 shell only. Hydrogen in 1 shell 1 electron, helium in 1 shell 2 electrons. Okay, due to the increased nuclear charge, the electrons are pulled towards the nucleus to a greater extent, and thereby the size of the atom decreases. So size of the atom decreases because of the increase in the nuclear pull. Okay students, now while going down a group, the atomic size goes on increasing. This is because while going down a group, a new shell is added. Again, if you compare now hydrogen, and down is the lithium in group 2. First is the hydrogen and then is the lithium. Yes, so what happens now there? There the atomic size goes on increasing. This is because while going down a group, a new shell is added. Hydrogen 1 shell, lithium 2 shells, right? Therefore, the distance between the outermost electron and the nucleus goes on increasing. As a result of this, the atomic size increases in spite of increased nuclear charge. Okay student, atomic sizes increases even though there is an increase in the nuclear charge. Okay students, did you understand this trend? Okay. Now we are going to see about the metallic and non-metallic character. Now what is this metallic and non-metallic character? First that we will see. Now metals have a tendency to lose the valence electrons to form the cations. When the metals give away the electron, they form the cation, positive, okay, charge, having a stable electronic configuration. This tendency of an element is called electropositivity, is the metallic character of that element. So what it will happen? It will form a cation. It will give away 1 electron, positive charge will be there on its head, and we called it as a electropositivity. Okay, that is the metallic character. And the tendency of an element to form an anion means the non-metal will take the electron, okay, and it will form the anion, or the electronegativity is the non-metallic character of an element. I hope students you understood what is metallic character and non-metallic character. Okay, now metals show tendency to lose electrons, as I told you, therefore they are said to be electropositive. Non-metals show the tendency to accept electrons or share electrons with other atoms, therefore they are said to be electronegative. Okay, a simple example, sodium chloride formation, you know that, right? You have studied in your previous standard also. Sodium is a metal, chlorine non-metal. Sodium gives 1 electron to chlorine, so chloride ion is formed, sodium ion is formed, right? And because of the ionic bond, sodium chloride is formed, right? So sodium is electropositive, chloride ion which is formed, that is electronegative. Okay, Did you understand with the example? Okay. Now, across the period from left to right, metallic character decreases. You will see that the metallic character is decreasing and non-metallic character is increasing. Okay. This is because the atomic size decreases due to a greater nuclear pull, because of which valence electrons cannot be easily removed. Now only we saw. Yes, from left to right, atomic size is what? Decreasing because of the greater nuclear pull. So electrons cannot be easily removed. So what is happening? Metallic character is decreasing and non-metallic character increases. They will accept but they will not give. Okay. So down the group, metallic character increases and non-metallic character decreases from top to bottom. Now from top to bottom, if you see in a group, then it is reversed. Yes, metallic character will increase and non-metallic character will decrease. As the atomic number increases from top to bottom in a group, newer shells get added, which in turn increases its atomic size. This we have studied now only. Thus, the nuclear pull decreases due to the addition of the newer shells. New shells go on adding because the atomic number is increasing, and hence the nuclear pull is less. And thus, the valence electrons present in the outermost shell can be easily removed from the atom. Yes, in a group, if you see from top to bottom, size is increasing. Size is increasing means shells are increasing. Shells are increasing means what? Nuclear charge is decreasing. So now easily whatever the valence electrons are there, they can be coming out. Okay, they can be you can say that they can be pulled outside. Yes, so what is happening? Metallic character is increasing and non-metallic character is decreasing. Okay students, so the three types of elements can be easily shown in the modern periodic table with the help of a zigzag line. Now a zigzag line can be drawn. We have seen this before also in the structure of modern periodic table, that in between a zigzag line is drawn in the periodic table, which can easily tell you about the three types of elements. The metalloid elements lie along the border of this zigzag line. All the metals lie on the left hand side of zigzag line and all the non-metals lie on the right hand side. Okay students, now so can you see this diagram now? Yes, it is given in your textbook. Okay students, this will help you to segregate the metals, non-metals and metalloids. Okay, now here I'll just show you this red color line you can see, and that orange boxes you can see, they are all the metalloids. Okay students, this what are there, these are all metals, and this side what are there, they are your non-metals. Okay, and up you can see the 3 points are given. Decreasing atomic size, that is the radius, so size is also decreasing from left to right. So this is from your left to right. Okay students, then increasing electronegativity and non-metallic character. Third point, decreasing electropositivity and metallic character. Okay students, did you understand this? Okay, same way down the group. Okay, like this. Can you see this blue line is given? Yes, what it is given, the 3 points? Increasing atomic radius. Atomic radius is increasing. Okay, then second is decreasing electronegativity and non-metallic character, it is decreasing. And what is increasing? Increasing electropositivity and metallic character. I hope students you understood this. Yes, it is given in your text. Please open it and see it properly. You can zoom it and see again. Okay, how it is given. And easy to write the answer also if you remember this. Okay, easily you can write about the metallic and non-metallic character. Okay students, now always remember, it's also given in your textbook. While going downwards in any group, the electropositivity of elements goes on increasing. Electropositivity goes on increasing, while their electronegativity goes on decreasing. Okay, then second point, while going from left to right in a period, the electronegativity of elements goes on increasing, means non-metallic character. Okay, while their electropositivity goes on decreasing. That is the metallic character. Okay students, larger the electropositivity or negativity of the element, higher the reactivity. Okay student, so larger the value of electronegativity or electropositivity, then higher is the chances of the reactivity. Now if you take the zero group elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, are they all reacting easily? No, they don't take part in the chemical reaction easily. Why? Because they have the complete octets. Okay students, so they do not take part in the chemical reaction. Okay, did you understand this? Okay, now gradation in halogen family. Okay students, now there is a, in group 17 you will see all halogens are there. We call those elements as halogens. Okay, now the group 17 contains the members of halogen family. All of them have the journal formula X2. How we write them? As X2. Okay students, so we write, it starts with the fluorine, chlorine. Okay, how we write it? Fluorine F2, chlorine Cl2, bromine Br2, okay, and iodine I2. Okay, so all these halogen family elements, we have the journal formula as X2. Okay students, now a gradation is observed in their physical state down the group. A gradation means some changes are seen, okay, in the state of those elements. Okay, thus fluorine, that is F2, and chlorine, that is Cl2, they are gases. Okay, while bromine is in liquid state, while iodine is in a solid state. Okay, so see, in the same group you have the halogens, but their state is not same. They have the different states of matter. Some are solid, some are liquid, some are gases. Okay student, so that is the gradation we find in the halogen family. Okay, so today what we have studied about? We studied about the periodic trends in modern periodic table. Yes, what are the periodic trends? Some of the things are there which are changing, or some of the things regularly, after regularity you are seeing that there is a changes in the properties of the elements, right? So that changes, periodic changes, what we call them as the periodic trends we call. Yes, that after a regularity there is a change in the properties of the elements. So in that 3 we studied, right? First we saw about the valency, how the valency, if you compare between the periods and a group, how they are changing, we saw that. Yes, we have seen by an example also of group 2 and group 3 elements. If you remember, valency means the number of electrons which are present in the outermost shell of the elements. We call them as valence electrons, and valence electrons directly connected to the valency. Valence electrons tells us about the valency of that element. Okay students, then we saw about the atomic size. Now the atomic size depends upon what? Atomic radius. Yes, what is atomic radius? Atomic radius is the distance between nucleus and the outermost shell. Yes, and we saw how the gradation is there, changes is there when we move from left to right in a period, and when we move down in a group. Yes, there are the changes in the atomic size of the elements also. Using the examples I told you about that also. Okay, then you saw about the metallic and non-metallic character. Yes, metallic character is the metals have the tendency to give away the electron. Yes, and they form the cations. While the non-metals, they have the tendency to accept the electron and become an anion. Yes, these properties of the metals and non-metals comprises to the metallic and the non-metallic character. Okay students, and it is only called as electropositivity and electronegativity. Yes, then we studied the changes what are seen, elements which possess the different electronegativity and positivity, how it is changing from left to right and down the group, how it is. Yes, we have seen both. Yes, then we saw about the gradation in the halogen family. Yes, there are the elements present in the halogen family. Halogen family is nothing but which group elements? Group 17 elements. Okay students, they have got a journal formula of X2. We write it as capital X, okay, and 2, all the elements there are in the diatomic stage. Okay, so you have fluorine F2, chlorine Cl2, which are in the gaseous state. Then you have bromine, that is Br2, which is in liquid state, and you have iodine, which is the I2, which is in solid state. We studied about this. Yes, so here I hope the concepts which I took today, you have understood it. You go through again this all concepts. Here we complete with the lesson also. Our lesson is also complete, that is periodic classification of the elements. I hope you have understood the lesson, what we have done. Okay, so please revise it, go through, try to solve the activity questions also which are given in your textbook. Okay, try to solve those activity questions in middle. Use your brain power, and all the questions are also given. You can solve them. Write the symbols of the element, try to write their atomic numbers, so that you can understand to take out the electronic configuration. Yes, and while explaining the valency and all, you can use those things there, and you can write your answer easily. Okay, otherwise it may come in the multiple choice questions and all. Valencies can be asked of the elements, so better make the table of the elements. At least first 20 elements you make, properly write down their valencies and start studying them. Okay, atomic number also you write. Yes, so I hope what I taught you in this lesson, you have understood the things. You will study it again, and basically periodic table is more important. Try to study that only. Okay, first 20 elements at least you try to remember their atomic number, valencies and all. Okay students, so for today I'll stop it here. We'll meet in the next presentation with a new lesson. Till now, I hope you're studying before chapters also what we have completed. Okay, so thank you. Sai Ram.